Hello, everyone. We should be live, I assume. And welcome, everyone, to another round of the lower bracket. For today's race, we have Catalystz Z versus Mr. Brood. They are going to be doing. I don't remember exactly what Brood did for his last race. I know that Kata is doing good old boring ESM melees.
I'm pretty sure Broad is doing not quite as old and boring as Emil is. The previous
Okay.
version
Okay,
of ESML.
that you are hearing Red is going to be
Yes,
commentating
hi.
with me, and I am at the Hedgehog. Um, and yeah, I think we are all set up. We can start the countdown. We have both players with -15, so it will be a nice and comfy countdown. So let's go.
Starts. Let's have our runners on their way soon.
Not having mail. Yeah, no, none of these players have mail. Because they live in the 21st century.
And Broad's timer
We
didn't auto
had
start as usual, alright.
yeah, we have a we
Okay.
we're gonna have to reset.
Hi, welcome back, runners. Broad's timer
Kata
didn't.
cheating already.
Broad's timer didn't auto start, so we'll have to restart again.
Dang. Okay.
Wait, what happened?
Your timer didn't start.
Oh, epic. What do I do?
Just stop. Do nothing. And we're gonna set up a new race time GG. Cancel race. Okay. So, this is awkward, but we'll be on our way soon. So, I don't think anyone knows exactly why sometimes race time GG timer auto start doesn't work. But we had it a few times already. Okay, a new lobby is created. May the runners join.
I'll join real quick.
And then we'll try and try again until it works. So, need to Pro to ready up for the fourth starter to work. Okay, gonna start a time again. Hopefully this time it works. Are both runners ready? Yes, both in carriage correction. Good. For starting the timer now. I guess I'm just gonna do countdown in case the timer doesn't start again. I don't know if you can start automatically. Oh,
Okay, now we're going.
okay, I see both counting down. Then
Yeah,
good luck
good.
again. Gonna move the runners out again.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a delay on Brute's transmission. Is like 2 seconds behind, but it's fine because that's why we have separate timers. So we know even that in a case like this, when a player's feed is a little bit behind, you know that it's not that he is 2 seconds behind in the race, that it's just that that streaming things.
Yeah,
So
already starting strong with missing the key in the cell
yeah,
within a few seconds. But I guess he's just that confident in his skill that he gives Cat a small head start. Can respect
yeah,
that.
I guess that's it. So both our players are gonna be doing starting with Hunter class, which already starts with the master key, which is a key very important to opening some key doors throughout the race. And since they already have the master key, they can ask for the fire bombs as the starting gift. And that way they can kill Asylum Demon very quickly with the bombs, not even having to go all the way up to where the hollows are and plunging Asylum Demon. They just bomb him, grab the weapon, which is the bandit's knife in this case, talk to Oscar, and then they're out. So
Yeah,
we see Kata. Yeah, go ahead, Ran.
Yeah, by the way, this race, just want to mention, is Lewis round 3 or lower round 3 already. So we already one round higher than the last race you saw just previous. So in theory, yeah, we're gonna have a high quality race now.
Yeah, this is more serious. I mean, it's not it's not like it's hard to be more serious than our last race, but because that was a shit show.
It
But
was quite
anyway,
entertaining.
let's hope for some actual speed runs this time instead of just runs.
Yeah, I think we have a good
Anyway,
chance of speed, the world record holder being one of the runners here, which is Catalystz. On your, let me check. On your left.
Kata's on the left. Yeah.
Just had to make sure. Yeah, and as we said, it's gonna be two variations of the East Mailers route. Kata's doing the most recent one, which is like, I don't know, 4 weeks old at this point. While Broad's still doing
A
the...
little bit more than
Oh!
that. Oh, and Brute
Whoa.
died to the hollows
Probably.
in the Firelink. I mean, that's a lot better than dying to the ones in the resin area. That's less of a run back.
That's true.
But
it's
yeah.
not, yeah, it's not a terrible death. Like definitely not necessarily a race losing death per se, because on like, I don't know, 40 seconds I would say, if even that.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously not good for your mental state, dying very early after missing the key as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and now he's
Oh,
struggling.
and
Struggling, or they got past. Nice.
oh, I'm
So,
surprised actually that he managed to get through there.
yeah.
But yeah, we just witnessed while Brood was struggling with some hollows, Kata did some groceries at the merchant. He bought a rapier, a bow, which are not weapons that he's going to be using to kill enemies, but to perform a glitch later. He also got some arrows that he's going to be using for utility, and he also used the first glitch of the run, which is prom swap. He used that. It's basically a glitch that allows us to scam merchants and to buying stuff that we cannot afford by making the merchant think that we're buying something that's cheaper, basically. And using that glitch, he bought the bottomless box, which is going to be used later. There you see, Drew just did that. They're going to be using the bottomless box later for a glitch, another glitch, which is useful for duping items. In this case, they're going to be using it to get a lot of souls.
Yeah, this run
Bruce
has-
not having a good time
Come on.
with hollows.
Yeah, this run has quite a few of glitches. And yeah, hollows are not Broad's biggest friends right now. Oh, that
Yeah.
was a nice block on it, jump attack. I did not
Yeah,
think that I would
the-
get a block. Kata meanwhile demolishing Taurus Demon.
Yeah, we see here Brood is grabbing the Gulpon resin, which we just saw Kata use to kill Taurus Demon, which is like 95% of the damage that we do to Taurus Demon in this run is thanks to the Gulpon resin. The knife has very low damage on itself, so most of the damage that we deal to Taurus is blinding damage from the resin.
And the same true
And-
for tail. That is Kata's gonna cut now. For
Yeah,
Catalystz.
same for the tail. It would be a nightmare to cut the tail without the resin.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, that resin being placed there is actually, I don't know if it was intentional
I'm pretty sure it was intentional. Yeah.
from
A
the
lot of-
devs. Like, let's give players a tool for dealing a lot of damage in case like speedruns. Maybe they weren't thinking about speedruns per se, but thinking of a way to give players a tool to do a lot of damage in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of consumables dumped by the developers in convenient places. Some more than others.
Yeah.
I think GPR is the only one using speedruns, but like, for example, in Playtown you also have the dunk pies that toxic you less than the toxic of the blow dart snipers. Poggers, a mechanic no one has ever used properly. But in theory, it's there for that use.
And now we see Kata is going to be performing one of the biggest skips in the game, which is called the Sense Gate skip, and it is exactly as it sounds. You use it, you get into this death cam state. You basically trick the game into thinking you died, but you didn't actually die. You just were super close to dying, but didn't. And since the game thinks you died, it stops loading anything that isn't already loaded, which in this case includes the gate to the Sense Fortress. So Kata is going to be doing some leveling now here at the bonfire, and then he's going to be heading towards Sense Fortress, and he's just going to walk into it because the gate is not going to be closed and is not going to be there at all. And then he's gonna quit out, and he loads back in. He loads back inside of Sense Fortress. We see Brood now doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's quite convenient, but you just always refer to Broad at the end of the explanation
Yeah.
to closely examine what we are talking about. Yeah, Broad, slightly different strategy, using the rapier to get into the death camp, which gives you a different riposte animation, so you need to be closer to the death camp than with the fist as Kata used. Has the advantage that it kills the hollow, because if you have to slow to the bonfire in death camp, the hollow can follow you and keep you from resting at the bonfire. Oh, Catalystz got knocked down apparently, and now died. So that's there we go. Broad in theory ahead, unless he doesn't find the exit. This is Broad's chance to pull ahead. There we go, he found the exit. And Catalystz now. Luckily, you get the bonfire in the death camp, so he didn't go back to filing. But it's still a setback, definitely. Yeah, Broad suddenly ahead. Used the handicap he gave Keller. Quite
Yeah,
nicely.
we witnessed one of the rare occasions in which Catalyst proves that he's human and he makes mistakes sometimes, which is it's not something that you see often. He
No.
also missed one parry to the hollow. So yeah.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, even the best struggle in races, and we like to say everything can happen in races. And yeah, it can. That's the proof right there. We can cite it now in the future. In 10 years, when people ask,
Yeah.
when would Kata ever lose? We can pull up his wall there and point to this timestamp.
Unfortunately, given the route differences, I think even if Brood manages to do a perfect run from here on out, if Kata does so too, he's probably going to be ahead because his route is quite faster than Brood's.
Yeah,
It's
like
like 1 minute faster.
Yeah, about a minute faster than your route, thanks to.
I mean, Brood
a
is
lot of
more
stuff.
than a minute ahead, I think, but yeah,
Uh,
they're kind of like they're now at the spot where if both players don't mess up and have like not perfect, but close to perfect runs, they are kind of close because of the route differences.
We Broad forgetting to change the order, so you accidentally move swapped.
Oh,
Apparently. Oh, Broad. No, I didn't. Oh, I'm not looking at the right screen. Kata was the runner.
what is
I said
Kata
Broad.
doing?
I am not sure what Kata is doing. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong screen. Kata was not.
What is
had a messed
Kata
up order.
doing? What?
Yeah, Catalystz.
He didn't die. He managed to not die.
Yeah, barely.
But
Barely.
oh, he's going for yeah. I don't like those RTA strats. I don't trust the snake. It worked for him this time. But yeah. So okay, that was a shaky moment for Kata. That was
Yeah, really
that was
shaky
Sense
sense so far.
Fortress. That was basically Sense Fortress doing Sense Fortress stuff. Like that's closer to what casual players are used to with Sense Fortress. When you watch speedruns, you usually see the players just running straight through Sense Fortress, not stopping for a moment, because we have a very like scripted way of going through the cycles with the pendulums and all and such. So we don't usually get a problem with that. But yeah, if you miss, the thing with going that way, with doing like very scripted pathing and all that, is that when you get out of that script, stuff goes down very fast.
Yeah, but not as fast as Iron Golem goes down and you plunge him off the edge. There you go, Pro just did it. I guess we'll explain the mechanics of the fire when Kata gets there.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I just want to mention again because I saw the question in chat. They are doing different variations of the route, so Pro is going to do slightly different things to Kata in the early game. And mid game, I guess, and late game is going to be the same for both. I'm pretty sure, right? Besides one
No,
king.
I mean the
Besides
main
one king.
difference is going to be in the mid game in the DLC with Calamite,
Yeah,
but
and
everything
the
else,
magic before that
yeah,
as well. But yeah,
and some mid game shenanigans with Stray Demon fight is going to be different, and some
a
order differences.
lot
But
of
yeah,
stuff will overlap, but
yeah.
there will be some differences between those two runners.
After the DLC, it's going to be the same mostly.
Now we actually
with
get to
the
the Iron
difference.
Golem fight with Kata.
Yeah.
So the mechanic here is that Iron Golem can stagger if he deals 400 damage or more below the knees. And we want to stagger him perpendicular to the edge of the arena. So with another 200 he topples backwards and falls down. You don't have to deplete the whole health bar that way. Which is good, because we don't have a lot of damage.
Worth mentioning that this fight is a lot more challenging than it might look when watching the runners get it successfully, because you have to. Well, we haven't explained how they are attacking. What is Brood
He
doing?
tried number of this, but failed miserably. Yeah, the number of this
Good job, Brood.
perfect execution takes like 0.8 seconds or something. But yeah, if you fail it, you lose like 8 seconds RTA, so I'm not sure if it's worth to go for the race, but not gonna
Well, he
judge here.
tried. So we didn't explain how they were fighting Iron Golem. They are using probably, no, well, not probably, surely the most important glitch in Prepare to Die edition speedruns, which is the move swap. Not going into a lot of detail of how exactly it works mechanically, but basically you get to transfer the move set of one weapon to another. So you get to use your left hand weapon. In this case, they were using the Drake sword, and it deals the damage that the Drake sword would, but you get the running attack, roll attack, plunge attack, and backstep attack from your right hand weapon, which in this case is the rapier. This glitch is super important for speedrunning in Prepare to Die edition, because it allows us to use a lot of weapons that wouldn't be actually usable on their own, like the one they are going to be using for most of the run, which is the Dragon Tooth, which is a very slow weapon, but it deals a lot of damage, but it's super slow, so it's not really usable on its own. But when you attack with the Dragon Tooth, and it has the super fast attack from the rapier, which is also a double hit attack, then that's a lot of damage very fast. And for the Iron Golem fight, they use the Drake sword, which doesn't do a lot of damage. It does, like, it's the best weapon that we can get at this point, but it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. So we have to do like a very scripted fight with the Iron Golem, where we have to attack in very particular way, and both positioning and timing is important. So yeah, you need to get all the four running attacks. The first four running attacks are very precise in order for having stagger, as Red mentioned, with its back facing the void, so he falls to the abyss when you deal the last do the last hits. And now we see Brood go through probably the most infamous area in the whole game, the one that has killed most players ever, probably, which is Anorlondo archers and Badwing demons. He's doing look back strats.
Yeah, I actually saved him twice then from 2 spears. He didn't do the quit out on the top of the elevator. I think he accidentally tapped out of the game or something, but he looked very
Yeah,
confused.
he had something. He had some kind of technical problem.
But yeah, we see Keller doing the quit out here, and that's because we want the elevator to stay down. So we jump off it and onto stable ground, quit out, and the elevator will stay down, because that's better for later on in the game, in the run. Yeah,
It's worth mentioning. Go ahead, Ren. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say, sadly, bro didn't get it, because I guess he tapped out. It would be the most likely explanation for whatever he was doing.
Yeah, he just stopped. He just stopped
yeah.
moving for a moment. So yeah, I guess he just tapped out. So it's worth mentioning that for the elevator trick is like super useful and saves a good deal of time. It's about 12 seconds that it saves in-game time. But actually, in real time, it's not that big of a difference, because most of the time that you save by not having but by having the elevator down and not having to wait for it later, you kind of lose most of it to the quit out. I think the elevator takes like 12 seconds and the quit out takes like 10. So you're only really saving like 2 or 3 seconds at most. So it's not a huge deal if you miss it. It's much of a bigger deal if you try to go for the jump and fail the jump and then you spawn back down and have to do everything over again.
Yeah, it looks
So
like
it's not like Brood lost a lot of time to Kata because of not getting the elevator.
yeah, that's true. Also looks like
Okay, so
Kata's confidence is unbroken, skipping a bonfire again. Oh,
Kata hasn't been taking that bonfire ever. He's like he wants to. I guess he just wants to send a message after dying to Sense Fortress. And so yeah, here we see probably the hardest boss in the game, both casually and in speedruns, which is Ornstein and Small. It's very hard. It's a very hard boss because it's two completely separate AIs with two completely different separate RNGs that can overlap all and in a way that's very inconvenient. They can get you in very tough situations where you have very limited options, and sometimes they get you in situations where you just have nothing to do, because if you go and try to dodge Ornstein's attack, you get hit by Small and vice versa. So yeah, it's a very challenging boss. It's a very RNG heavy boss, but also challenging. You have to know a lot how to bait the right attacks from Small in order to be able to punish Ornstein, and know how to dodge everything right and strafe attacks, and especially with move swap, because one of the things that makes the combat not only fast but also fun to play with move swap is that you can see now that every time our players are doing a running attack, they are depleting their full stamina bar, and therefore after each attack you have like a couple of seconds where you cannot roll, and that is very problematic in a fight like O1S, because usually you stagger the bosses with the Dragon Tooth because it's a huge weapon, so it's not a problem. But in O1S, you can stagger Ornstein and have Small behind you smack you with his hammer. So that's mostly what makes this fight challenging with move swap, is that you not only need to not only is the fight difficult on itself, but you also need to be very aware of when you're attacking and what is going to happen to you if you attack and leave yourself open to getting smashed by Smo after the attack. Thankfully, both our runners managed to get past ONS in the first try. Brood had a little bit of problem, and he lost a little bit of time. Kata's fight was a lot faster. In fact, we can see that they are a lot closer now. Like
yeah.
Kata saved like close to a minute in that fight.
Yeah, Broad got hit immediately after crossing the fog gate by Guardian outside of the
Yeah.
fog gate. So that messed up the whole start of the fight. The most important part of the honest fight really is the first few seconds, where you see which attack Ornstein's doing. Depending on that, you want to do different reactions.
Yeah.
But
Get
yeah,
destroyed, Baldur Knight. I enjoyed that.
I'm
I
pretty sure he
approve
didn't
of.
mean to.
Yeah, but I approve. That Baldur Knight is one of the most hateful enemies in the whole game, especially if you're doing RTSR for this.
Oh, and Kata also killing the Mono Knight. Insane.
Nice, very good. I like that a lot. I'm gonna do that in my next race because he deserves it. Oh, we see Brood failing an attempt to ladder move swap. You can use you usually see
Kata
players
gets it.
doing the move swap. Yeah, Kata gets it. We usually see players using the jump animation to move swap, but you can do the move swap glitch with any animation that's long enough for you to execute the menu inputs before the animation ends. So actually doing it with the ladder is pretty comfy. Kata is struggling a little bit with gargoyles. He manages though, because it's a very even if you mess up this boss, it's so you have health and you have so much damage that it's not really that bad. But yeah, Kata was close to dying there. Brood is still ahead, but Brood, see, this is what I was talking about. Like Brood was like a minute and something ahead before ONS, then his ONS fight was a lot slower than Kata's. And Kata, he's still ahead, but Kata closed the gap a lot. Now they're like at what 15, 20 seconds of difference. Maybe not
Yeah,
even that.
it's
Maybe closer to
very
10.
close now. Again.
So now Kata has the advantage because Kata's, even though Brute is technically ahead, Kata's route is faster. So if everything goes like it's going right now, Kata's going to win. Just because of his route is like a minute faster.
And here we see the first slight variation in order of the routes, because Broad is doing straight even first, while Kata's going down to Qualak now. That's because they wanted QS or frame dupe at different places in the run. So
yeah.
for a bit now they will be desynchronized. Actually for quite a bit, because Kata will look like he's gonna be super behind because he spent some time QSing while Broad is still killing bosses. But yeah, it's all gonna come back very fast.
Yeah. So yeah, Brute is gonna be fighting Stray Demon with his Dragon Tooth unupgraded, which is going to be awful. I warn you.
Yeah, pay attention
Because
to
it's
this fight.
Stray Demon is a very tanky boss. Stray Demon has a lot of health.
Oh,
What is
skillfully
Brute
avoiding
doing?
the floor break. I don't think it was.
What?
Oh my god, he's gonna die.
What is Brute doing?
I have
Why?
no idea. I feel like he wanted to drop closer to Stray, but completely missed the tiles instead.
Maybe he wanted to kill the Hollows. I don't know.
I have absolutely no idea what he was doing. But yeah, now he lost all the time he was ahead and has a slow route.
I think he wanted
pretty
to
good
drop closer.
Blackton plunges.
Yeah, Blackton plunges are impossible, but Cat is so good at the game that he gets them. And yeah, so as we were saying, you can see Brute is dealing very little damage to Stray Demon. I mean, it's not little damage. He's still doing like 600 damage for attack. It's just that Stray Demon has a lot of health. And when I say a lot, Stray Demon has closer health pool. Stray Demon's health pool is close to the DLC bosses that are super tanky. So yeah, it takes a long time to kill him with unupgraded Dragon Tooth. Not only because he has a lot of health, but also because it's easy to miss hits we already seen Brood miss like 2 or 3 hits with the Dragon Tooth. Meanwhile, Cat is fighting Quelac,
Nice butt
having
cancel
having a good fight, canceling
pretty
the
much
animations.
textbook.
Yeah.
Pretty much textbook fight there.
For those of you who don't know, when you hit Quilac's butt, she automatically cancels anything that she's doing, like anything, even the big explosion thing. She just stops doing that and goes for that like fart attack. She throws like some fire bombs with her butt. So that's very useful for keeping like her like kind of stun locked. Not really, but kind of. You do that, cancel her whatever she's doing, get that attack, avoid it, and then hit her, and then go for it again, etc. We see Kata's killing Engi because that's, I don't know if it's faster. There's been some strat terrorism by Doug. Doug said that killing Engi was faster than kicking him. But even if it's not faster, kicking him is so inconsistent because it's so hard to kick him actually. So many times you're gonna go for the kick and you're not gonna hit him, and then you're gonna lose time. So I prefer personally killing him. Even if it's slower, I prefer killing him because it's consistent. And now we see Kata is talking to Framt. He's doing all of this. You might be wondering right now, why the hell is Kata placing the lore vessel like the normal way, talking to Framt, getting ported and getting grabbed by Framt and doing all that when you can just throw yourself in the hole, or even waiting and doing it with Kath after 4 Kings. The reason is that we need Framt to be our friend in order to do this, which Kata is doing, which is duplicating some souls. I'm not gonna get into the details of how it works because no one really cares, honestly. But you basically scam Framt.
Harsh.
Yeah, it's not. I don't see the. I honestly don't see the point of spending like 2 minutes explaining the intricacies of why the game thinks you have 999 souls. basically, Kata tricked Fram into thinking that he has a lot of souls and sold them. So he gets 32 million souls that he uses to both level up a lot and also buy some sorceries from Logan. He also scams Logan into buying 4 copies of Soul Spear instead of the only one. You can only buy one Soul Spear, which has 4 uses, but using the same method that we used to scam Fran, we also scam Logan and buy 4 from him. We only buy 4 because we don't have enough souls to buy like 69 of them. And 4 is more than enough. It's 16 uses, so that's more than what we need actually. In fact, we only use 3 of those. We buy 4, but we buy 4 because we store 4 from the humanities, but we only need 3. And yeah, now Kata is going to be killing Stray Demon, which Brute just did, and pay attention to the difference in damage that we're gonna get because Kata just got 99 intelligence. He has a very big brain. And yeah, he deals, and yeah, he just posted a Franker Z, everyone. And yeah, he's going to be dealing a lot more damage to Stray Demon with the Soul Spears than Brood did with his unupgraded Dragon Tooth. Brood also having a much worse fight, much more problematic fight with Quillag. Quillag can be a really annoying boss. Like you don't always get the opportunity to keep her like stuck with the butt attacks like Kata did. Sometimes she will just be jumping and doing all sorts of nonsense, and it's a very annoying boss. You can get stuck between her legs, and she can do the explosion. You cannot get out, and it's a very annoying fight. Still, Brood managed to kill her. He's going to be grabbing this bonfire. The reason our players are
strat differences here, talking to Engi and kicking him instead of killing him.
Oh yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is supposed. I don't know if this is faster than killing him, because Doug said it was. But who trusts Doug anymore after all that strat terrorism he's done? And see, here we see the difference in between we were talking about earlier about the elevator quit out. Brood just didn't quit out for the elevator, so now he has to call the elevator back down and wait for it to get down. So here's a little 12-second time loss that Brood had against Kata, who already did that. And actually, we see both players doing the same thing right now. They are both doing Painted World, with the difference being that Kata has already done his duping. So Kata is ahead right now. Brood will have to go and do the duping. The same duping with Fram that Kata did. Well, not exactly the same, but close to the same. And Kata is gonna be having a much better time here, thanks to having a lot more health. Like Brood can easily die from Hollow jumping at him, while you see Kata just shrugging it off, just toggling off the attacks, not even rolling them.
And people don't realize about Dark Souls levels is that every level gives you resistances. So even if we only quote unquote have, like Kata only has 33 vitality, but he's also level 286 I think or something. And it's 286 levels of resistance, so he's more tanky than a level 30 character full Havels. Probably.
Yeah. And we see our players here going for a little detour. They're grabbing an item that's usually only useful for PvP. And that's not because they're going to be doing PvP, although it would be cool. You can see that actually in the Speed Souls charity marathon. I think Kata and Dan are going to be
PvP
are going to be doing a PvP speedrun. But not this time. No, this is an all bosses offline run, an offline speedrun. They're grabbing the red soapstone because they're going to be using that for a glitch called equip slot manipulation, or ESM for short, which basically allows them to equip items in slots where they don't belong. For example, they're going to be, in this case, they're going to be equipping the red sign soapstone into the ring slot. And you shouldn't be able to do that in the normal game. But by doing that, since the red soapstone has the same item ID as the red tearstone ring, the game reads that and goes like, oh, it's a ring because it's in the ring slot and it has this ID, so it must be this item. And basically, the game treats the red soapstone as if it was a red tearstone ring, and that way, players don't need to go and actually loot the actual RTSR, which is very out of the way, and doing this saves about 2 minutes. Because the way to the RTSR ring is very long and very out of the way, and this is right here. It's a little bit of a detour. It's like a 30-second detour, but it's way less than the 2 minutes you need to spend going for the actual RTSR.
It's very crazy to think about it. Even before ESM, it was worth it to pick up RTSR, even though it's 2 minutes slower than ESM, but it still saved enough time over the outrun to spend these 2 minutes just going there and picking it up. Because this ring is, very strong.
Yeah, in case you don't know what RTSR is, it's a ring that boosts your damage by 50% when you are lower than 20% health. And don't get tricked by that 50% number, because it's not actually 50% damage you deal. It's kind of like, I think it's the 50% more attack rating, but that is before resistances and stuff get calculated. So you actually end up dealing like double damage with RTSR, basically.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, you have a 100 attack rating and then the enemy has 50 resistance, so you do 50 damage. But if you do 50% more, it's 150 attack rating and still 50 resistance. So you do
There you go.
100 damage. That's the dumbed down explanation of RTSR. So yeah, it's basically doubles melee. It's less for magic, because it's not entirely exactly how it works. It's a bit more math behind the scenes.
Yeah,
still like,
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's just busted. Let's say that it's just busted.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much exactly. It's a lot of damage you get on top of what you have before.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to calculate counter damage in Bloodborne. It doesn't. You just die. So we see here Kata doing a very cool RTSR setup, dropping on this bridge with the Dragon Tooth equipped and some armor to take more fall damage, and now he's going to be killing the Hydra.
Yeah.
Which we see
the Hydra fight as well.
Yeah, Kata's just going to be throwing 3 soul spears at Hydra, and she'll die. But then keep in mind that Brood doesn't have sorceries yet. Well, actually, Brood doesn't have sorceries. General, he's just going to be using Darkbeat later. He doesn't have Soul Spear because he hasn't freed Logan or anything, and he hasn't done the duping yet. So he doesn't have 99 intelligence. So he has to fight Hydra with the Dragon Tooth and some bombs, and his Dragon Tooth isn't even upgraded yet. So yeah. We have, on the one hand, we have some sorcery with 99 intelligence, RTSR Hydra fight against unupgraded Dragon Tooth with 27 strength, and that's it. So this is a lot slower. This is one of the biggest time saves from doing the route that Kata's doing versus the route that Brood is doing.
Yeah, one of the biggest time losses of Kata's route is what you're seeing now, which is going back to Dusk to summon her. It is worth it in total, because you get Crown of Dusk, and you also use her for a glitch called Brightness Dupe to get DD+5 materials. But yeah, it does take a lot of time to run back there, which Brood will not do. So yeah.
Yeah. The reason Kata goes to summon Dusk is because Kata is going to be grabbing the crown of Dusk, in order to boost his sorcery damage for mainly to be able to do strategy for Calamite that we'll see later. But it's also nice to have it because then every fight that he uses sorcery on is going to be faster too. So it looks like it takes a lot of time, because it does, but it actually saves time doing all of that and going back for Dusk and all and whatever. So now we see Kata going for Butterfly, which is also a fight that will be a lot faster for Kata than Brood, because Brood is going to be killing Butterfly with heavy Soul Arrow, I think, which will take like 5 or 6 casts against the Soul Mass plus Soul Spear, which is going to be effectively 2 casts because you prepare Soul Mass in advance. And then, yeah.
Yeah, Butterfly goes down fairly quickly. Also saw Kata pick up the lead Knight set on the way, which is going to be used later on for the air roll glitch. Which is also one of the reasons why you get exactly 52 endurance and nothing more, nothing less. Because it requires a very specific weight setup.
Here we see Kata setting up RTSR for Sif. Kata is going to be doing the superior Sif.
Arguably.
Actually, there is no such thing. Let's end this for once and for all. There is no such thing as good Sif. Like, Sif sucks always, regardless of what you do. Even Black Knight Halberd Sif sucks, which is unarguably the best way of fighting Sif, and it still sucks. So just fight Sif with sorceries if you want to. Fight him with Dragon Tooth if you want to. Fight him with Black Knight Halberd if you actually can do that. In I think you only can do that in Northern Warp. But the fight is just absolute ass. So don't fight over what is better. Everything sucks with Sivs. Just not fighting Civ. Yeah, you can also run categories which don't fight Civ, which saves more.
Proud still had to do the dupes that Kata already did, so he just went back to farming to do that. Falling a little bit more behind now, so Broad is done with the dupes now, so now once Catalystz kills Civ, he's gonna be pretty much exactly those two bosses behind, Civ and Butterfly. Plus a bit, because it's still leveling. While Kata's going to the archives now.
Yeah, we see now Kata's upgrading his Dragon Tooth now. Brood is also upgrading his Dragon Tooth now, because one of the differences in these routes is that you do in the route that Brood is doing, which is old ES Melis, well, old quote unquote old ES Melis, you do all the menuing, so to speak, stuff all at once. You do the dupes, and you do both the souls and the dragon scales at the same time with Framed, and then you level up and upgrade the Dragon Tooth at the same time. With the new route, the one that Kata is doing, you do the souls and get the levels first, and then later you do the scales and upgrade the Dragon Tooth later, which is a little bit of a time loss, but again, overall it's still faster.
Yeah, they're going to the same place now, but they're not tied on bosses, because Catalystz already did Butterfly and Civ, and Pro did neither. So I approach like 2.5 minutes behind or something. Even so, they're in the same place now. Just different boss order. That's basic preference in which order you do the Dark Root bosses. Just have to do all 3 of them in one segment, I guess. And behind after Hydra.
I did say ESM Melis for the introduction. It's just faster to do ES Melis when you're like doing like a lot of commentary. Anyway, so one of the things that that new route is superior with compared to the old one is that you get hidden body earlier, and we
Yeah.
see Catalystz used that. Catalystz used hidden body to go through here, no problem, while Brood had a bit of a rough time with Crystal Hollows in the Channeler.
I think it's the first time someone got punished in archives for not having hidden body, I think. I don't remember anyone, at least, getting destroyed like that.
Yeah.
And here we see Duke Skip, performed by Katter and not performed by Broad.
From both, yeah.
And yeah, you just drop on the railing after going down elevator and drop on another railing and you're up
And
where
both
you
players
should not
get
be.
it. Yeah, both players get it first try. This is one of the oldest skips. I think it's the oldest skip that's still done to this date. I think Kamal mentioned the other day that it was 2011 or 2012.
Yes, so year of release already found.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's a very nice skip. It's not easy, but compared to some of the other skips, it is easy in comparison. Like it's a lot easier than stuff like Blighttown skip or Slope Quit Out here in the archives, or I don't know, the Golden Foggate skip for archives and stuff like that. And it's also nice that it's not a glitch actually, because you don't do anything glitchy. You just jump from onto a balcony from the elevator.
Clever use of geometry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some parkour, and it is actually a huge skip. It skips like 4 or 5 minutes of gameplay. It skips the scripted death to Seath.
Yeah, where you might get cursed as well.
Yeah, and you skip all the prison segment, which is very boring and annoying.
Yeah. Sars did save a good, raise a good question of the owner's staircase skip, which might be older than Duke skip, but anyways. My feed of Broad died, so I have to refresh. But didn't die in the broadcast, that's good.
So yeah, here actually, as opposed to the first part of archives, which is kind of whatever, in this part actually having hidden body is really useful, because you don't have to worry about these clams at all. Not only can you just run straight through them, not having to do any meme pathing to get around them, but you also make sure that if you have hidden body, they just won't ever bother you in the fight. They can get in the fight, but they won't see you, because when the fight starts, there's a cutscene, and the cutscene teleports the player deeper into the cave. So even if like 2 or 3 clams get in, you get teleported into the fight, and since you have hidden body, they just lose aggro, and they just chill by the bonfire, by the fog gate. Instead, if you don't have hidden body and one or two of the clams get in, that's a very concerning.
That's a very concerning
setup. He actually didn't have to do that, because thanks to he could have unequipped Duskron Ring.
Yeah, and took
and taken the biggest falls possible, and that would have done it for him. Now he has to take like a super safe drop.
Yeah, there's one spot on the Civilage you can drop without taking fall damage.
Yeah.
I guess he'll take that one now.
Now I kind of
yeah,
want
chip damage is concerning now.
Yeah, I really want Brute to die to Steppy Stomps from Civ. not to curse him or anything, but he kind of deserves it.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, when Civ jumps through you, he can like hit you with his body. And he's like, I don't know, 20 damage or something, but it might be enough to kill Broad here. It probably is.
Yeah, I think one step will kill him. Maybe not one, but 2 for sure. Two steps kill him. Maybe well, he can survive
Left
one.
side Guardian by Catalystz entering the DLC.
Yep. And I get good RNG.
Yeah, that should be the fight.
And yeah.
And it is the fight. Okay. And Broad didn't die to Civ. Nice.
Good. Shutting me down.
Yeah, Broad still has Butterfly to do before the DLC, so still a comfortable lead for Catalystz here. He's gonna skip this bonfire because we want RTSR for Artorias.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterintuitive for newer players, but a lot of fights are easier if you have RTSR than without. Because even if you have a full health bar, if you deal no damage, the fight's gonna take longer and it's gonna be less consistent, and you might just get caught off guard in a combo and die from full health anyways. So yeah, you might as well be one hit from death, but get a more consistent fight. And Artorias is definitely one of these bosses that's easier with RTSR, I would say.
Yeah, unless you die 7 times to it.
Oh, unfortunate.
Here we see something that I mentioned earlier, that Brute is not insta-killing Butterfly like Kata did. He has to cast Heavy Soul Arrow like 5 times. That's a little time loss that you get with that route.
Well, Catalystz got some weed from the nice street merchant on the way. I was gonna take it to destroy.
Yeah, this item, the Green Blossom, boosts your stamina regen, so it's very useful for move swap fights.
Oh, really nice.
See Kata doing Artorias going as it's meant to for Kata. And yeah, the Green Blossoms are very useful for move swap fights, because as I mentioned earlier when we were watching both players do ONS, the running attacks with move swap, even though you get the running attack animation from the rapier, other aspects of the attack, like in this case, the amount of stamina that the attacks consume, it's still drawn from the actual weapon that you're using. So you don't use the stamina that a running attack with a rapier would use. You use the stamina that the actual Dragon Tooth would use, which is a lot. So every time you attack, you use a lot of stamina. So the Green Blossom is super useful with move swap because, well, you get all the stamina back quicker, and you regain the ability to roll and to do other attacks much faster.
Very nice Quinlan finish there. I really saw why Quinlan is not loved by the speedrun community. Because if he spams that one attack, there's not a lot you can do. Yeah, once you get as close as Catalystz here, you can go on any attack if you're comfortable with them, and just roll through them, or dodge the arrows. But yeah, until then, you kind of, if the Soul Mask comes out, you just have to wait until it stops.
We see Brood getting rid of Guardian now. No memes, thankfully. And now we see Kata is going to be performing the aforementioned Gothless Calamite fight. If you've played this game casually, you know that in order to fight Calamite, you need to go to the arena and usually die to it. You don't need to die, you can just bone out, but you need to encounter Calamite once and then go grab a key to open the tower where Goth is locked for some reason. He's an antisocial guy, so he locked himself in a tower for some reason and threw the key to a mimic. And then you need to talk to him and ask him to shoot Calamite, and you need to go through a lot of dialogue for him to shoot Calamite, and then you can fight Calamite. Instead, what Catalystz is doing here is he just doesn't give a single. He just goes there and just shoots lightning spears at Calamite using this very clever setup where you go from the one spot where you bait the attack. You bait the right attack, and then you go to a safe spot where that attack doesn't hit you, and you shoot him with soul spears, and you kill him. So that's Calamite, and that is the main reason for the route differences between Kata and Brood.
Yeah,
and that alone, Yeah, saves like a minute and something if you get like the good 2-cycle fight. Even if you fail and you get 3 cycles, you're still saving time because each cycle is around 30 seconds. So yeah. And now we see Kara has already done Calamite. Took him about like 2 minutes to fight Calamite. And we will see now Brood, after getting rid of Gwendolyn. He just killed Artorias, by the way. After getting rid of Gwendolyn, he's going, instead of just going straight for Calamite like Kara did, he's going to be having to go for a walk through Ulasil to get the key and then talk to Goff and everything else. And then do Manus, and then do Calamite. And when Brood is doing Calamite, Katas will be done with the DLC like way before. Like Katas is just about to be done with the DLC if he doesn't die to Manus, which I hope he doesn't because he didn't take the bonfire. He probably won't because Kata is like very good at Manus.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? He died to Suns and he's pretty good at Suns as well. Again, unlikely that something like that happens twice to him in a race. But you never know.
Damn. Yeah, he even goes for the swag. Move, swap, jump, and he gets it. Single gamer.
Yeah, and Bro's getting annoyed by Quinlan not doing the correct attacks. There we go. Finally arrows. And yeah, there we see the 4K skill. Very nice. You don't take any fall damage in this arena because of the special property it has to, I guess, make it easier to code triggering the cutscene and spawning down in the arena.
Yeah,
So
it's
just-
weird because you don't actually drop into the area. I've always wondered why that was, that the arena has that property, because you don't usually drop into the arena. You just get spawned there. You just get teleported.
I guess on a
Yeah, that was a.
yeah, well then
Go ahead,
insane-
Brent.
Insane manus. I guess on the base level, during the cutscene, it just drop your character down, and I don't know.
I
guess they don't want
guess.
to give you fall damage, but then again, with Gadget, you can hop around for taking fall damage as well. So I don't know. But yeah, for
Well,
some
we
reason,
saw-
this has this property, and we use it.
Yeah, and here we will see Brood doing the normal way. This is what you would do in a casual playthrough. Well, maybe not exactly, but this is what you have to do to fight Kalamin normally. You need to go there, wait for him to appear and leave, and then etc. Kata just got very good RNG from Manus. He got a very clean, very fast fight, and is now facing the Great Equalizer. Let's see if he doesn't get hexed. He lost his first race to Mario because he died not once but twice to this skip. And the way the skips works is basically your character gets pushed back whenever you load back in, and the elevator takes longer to load than the rest of the map. So you get pushed farther and farther behind every time you quit out, and the elevator, since it takes like half a second to load, at some point you just spawn past the elevator and you just go straight through it. And since Fire Sage is a clone of Stray Demon, he has that same plunge animation that Stray Demon has, because you are supposed actually to plunge attack him in the tutorial. So you just fall on top of him and just plunge attack him and he's done. If you see Brood picking up that key that we mentioned earlier, everything that Brood is doing right now, Kata didn't have to do at all because he just killed he just killed the Calamite with the Soul Spears. And you can already see that this is taking a lot longer than it took Kata to complete the DLC.
Kata actually remembering to put on orange
Also,
this time.
Brood going for a super concerning
Oh.
pathing here at Hellbridge and getting
good.
punished, rightfully punished by it, because one of the nice things that you can do with Brood's route is you can actually do the actual poggers pathing, which was patented by Regal. you can just stick to the left since you do a quit. Oh, I guess he didn't do the quit out, so he cannot do the Pogger's pathing. So the reason you can usually do what we call Pogger's pathing, which is going to the left here, is because you usually do a quit out before grabbing the key, and that quit out for some reason does something to these enemies that makes them behave differently. Since if you don't do that quit out, you cannot do the actual Pogger's pathing. We do something. We now we go to the right instead of the left, which we also call Pogger's pathing, but it's really not because it doesn't save. It's not that efficient.
Ooh.
And yeah, Brood just started his rolls a little bit too late here.
Yeah. Yeah, arrows, we didn't even mention those. Yes, if you go to the correct weight, max weight percentage,
Oh yeah.
between 25 and 25.00088%, not 68, I was wrong last time.
Too bad it's not 6-9.
You can chain rolls in the air for some reason. And that's what Broad is doing here. I've cut it a few times as well. And you survive the fall damage if you land during the iframes of the roll, but obviously if you miss time when you start rolling, you will land outside of the iframes and then you still die.
Yep. It's the same principle that players use the plunges, like in Blighttown, to iframe fall damage. Basically, we find ways. There are different ways of doing the same thing, which is roll at the right time before the when the fall damage would be applied. So you have the iframes. You can do it by A rolling. You can do it by plunging. You can do it with. You can also do a trick which is called slope quit out, which if you land on a slope, your character takes. There's a little bit of a delay as to when the damage, the fall damage is applied. So you have a small window to quit out of the game before the fall damage is applied, and you spawn at the bottom, but you haven't taken the fall damage. You can also do some tricks like that with fall control. What?
Concerning.
That's
Concerning.
not. That's kind of concerning. Yeah. Thankfully, he has a lot of health, so he survived. He managed. Good thing. We see Kata already done with almost all of Izalith. He only has Ceaseless Discharge left, which is gonna be it's gonna take 2 Dark Beat casts to kill.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
No, he
real
didn't
quick
die.
fight.
He didn't die to. He didn't really die to snakes. He died because, well, I mean, technically yes, he did, but not like that. That the other time, he died to. He fell from the main bridge, and then he took some damage, falling damage, and then the lightning snakes shoot him dead. Then he had also like a meme where he missed the wall break with the Drake sword, and he had to quit out, and he survived like the snake pick quit out, but he had like a sliver of health, and it was kind of funny and concerning too. Yeah, we see now Brood fighting Manus. This is the exact same fight that Kata got, but with worse RNG, obviously.
Yeah, slightly worse RNG here. With the rain. Rain is the worst attack.
I meant in terms of the damage.
Yeah.
They are both using Dragon Tooth +5, no sorcery, no
And same
nothing
levels
different
as well.
in that regard. And now Kata is going for Nito. Hopefully no memes in the catacombs. We've had a decent amount of memes in the catacombs, both with the air rolls that we will see Kata do here in a moment, and with Nito himself being a meme lord as he is. And meanwhile, as we mentioned, Brood is still, obviously Brood died a couple of times, which set him back, but he's also still in the DLC because he still needs to fight Kami. Because
yeah, still on the quest line there.
Yeah, and that's how much time Godless Calamite saves. he has to now go and pay attention to how long it takes. It's not only that you have to go there, it also takes a long time to get Goff to shoot him. It's not just go there, talk to him, and that's it. You have to go through 2 prompts, which they are set to no by default, and you can click no by accident if you're spamming. There's also a good deal of dialogue. You need to first talk to him, get out of the conversation, then get this prompt, say yes, then talk a little bit more, say yes again, and then he shoots him. And then it's very annoying, and I'm super glad that Golfless exists.
Yes, same actually. I mean, it's kind of nostalgic to go through the quest line, but also very slow. Slow is not fast, and we want to go fast.
Yeah. And also, one thing that we haven't mentioned is that the Calamite fight is atrocious. It's a very RNG heavy fight. Calamite is a very annoying boss to fight. The fight can be like super fast if you get good RNG, and it can be an absolute nightmare if you get the wrong attacks. So Godless is also superior in that regard, that the fight is pretty much scripted, and if you it only goes bad if either you just mess it up or you get like some very extremely rare RNG cycle where he takes a lot longer to come back than usual. But usually, like 99% of the time, it's just scripted and you do the same thing over and over and it just works. No fuck gets escape from Kata. He's just a coward.
Alright.
And yeah, here we see.
Right. I'm surprised.
This is the. Surprised with what?
That Kata didn't do a fuck it, give it the first time around.
Yeah, I guess he's not as brave as he wanted us to believe by not taking the ONS bonfire.
Yeah.
Huge disappointment. Anyway, here you see the RNG that we mentioned. Brute got a very bad attack into a very good one, so it kind of evened up. He got the breath, so he had to wait. But then he got the other breath, which is a very good one because you can punish twice. And even you can actually punish 3 times there if you risk the third one. But yeah, and that's Calamite. And now Brute is finally done with the DLC and is going to be moving on to the cleanup phase that both our players are at right now. Brute still has all of Isolate left. Meanwhile, Kata is about to be done with Nito.
Yeah, we call it cleanup phase because, as you can see, none of the bosses are really a threat. Like, Bed of Chaos can Firestone you if you're unlucky, Nito can Scream, but usually you can just block it away. Pinwheel's a one-shot, Caesar's a two-shot, Fire Sage has no AI, Centipede is a two-shot, so yeah. It's just kind of... There's not a lot that can go wrong in this phase, so it's just a cleanup phase for us. We are so
Nito
strong
can be
that
annoying.
nothing can happen.
Nito can be annoying if he screams a lot. Also, difference worth mentioning between the Nito fights they're going to get is that we saw Kata do the fight with Soul Spears, shooting him from afar, and when Brute gets there, we're going to see him using Dark Beat because he doesn't have Soul Spears, and he's going to be getting up close to Nito, killing the skeletons, and then Dark Beating Nito to death, which is a little bit slower because you need to do an extra cast on the skeletons in order to not die, and second, you need to go a longer distance, be right against him. It's not huge. It should be pretty close because it's similar amount of casts. We see here Brood getting double KO with Ceaseless.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
That was actually a good trade because it's faster to get the you died screen before you get the victory achieved screen. The victory achieved screen disappears faster, so as far as trades go, that was fast. It's not as fast as just killing the boss normally and using the dark sign, but could have been slower. And meanwhile, we see Kata doing a very cool skip, one of my favorite skips in the game, which is skill skip. I know Red hates
One
it.
of my favorites as well.
Skill skip is very cool. It's kind of annoying to do because you need to be kind of precise with a quit out. You basically use the weird mechanic that I talked about earlier about slope quit outs, which is fall damage being delayed if you land on a slope. And you use that in order to get to a spot where you shouldn't normally be able to be standing, which is under the water. And you get to just get to Four Kings without doing all the seal stuff. No need to kill or talk to Ingord. Not need to go open the seal. No need to drain the water. You just go straight for Four Kings. And also, one advantage of Kata's route is that he gets to do one king instead of two because he has enough damage thanks to the crown. He just kill one of the kings, and that's enough damage to kill them all. And now Kata's going for.
I got Broad. Sorry.
No, Brood, what the hell?
Broad jumped for some reason. You can just run off when you hit a branch, and it's a good auto setup. But he decided to jump instead and over jumped the branch, so took the full fall damage instead of the reduced one from hitting the branch. Luckily, you can just take the elevator now, because it activates on 5-stage stuff. So it's not that big of a time loss, really. Unless he doesn't know where to go. But he's good, he's good.
And Kata is just killing the second to last boss of the run that's left for him, which is Gaping Dragon.
Oh, this is very
He
slow
just
for
killed.
him. Maybe he doesn't know where he's going. That was not the fastest path, you can get down.
Yeah, there's a
seconds.
neat drop. You can drop in a neat way to get down there very quickly. You need to heal afterwards, but it's fine.
I wonder if Broad
Yeah,
always
Kata is far
channels
ahead. Kata is about to be done with the run. He only has Gaping Dragon and Gwyn left. Meanwhile, Brood has Centipede Demon, Bed of Chaos, Nito, Pinwheel, technically, Capra, Gaping, and Four Kings and Gwyn. So 8 bosses left for Brood. Only 2.
His aim kind of sucks, but he gets them.
Yeah.
Like if your aim is perfect, you can kill Centipede in 2 Dark Beat even without Crown. Normally you take 3, because nobody is perfect. Well, yeah, Bro took 4 because his aim was bad. Shame on you, Bro. Meanwhile, Kata got done with Gaping and just has Gwyn left now, so we're looking at like a 111 time here. Maybe even 112. But I'm bad at estimating kill times. I mean, I just have to look at one run, see how long it takes, and then know for all eternity. But I never.
Yeah,
did.
it's about 2 minutes. Minute and
Mario
something.
calls 1:11:23. Let's see about that.
12. I think 12 is a much better estimate. Thanks, Regal.
Unlikely, but let's see. He might die a lot to Gwyn. Wouldn't be the
He
first
might
speedrunner
do-
to do so.
He might do an Ayame in the kiln and die like 20 times to the Black Knight for the memes.
Yeah, Kata not fighting Black Knights. What is this? Suboptimal.
Yeah.
Kill path.
No pride. Not even going for a rare drop.
Yeah, Kata's just scared of the Black Knights, so has to run past them. A true speedrunner would
Yep.
kill all of them. Yeah.
So yeah, get some Franker Zeeds in the chat for Kata. It's about to be done. And meanwhile, Brood still has some bosses left. I don't think Brood is going to be killing Quelana here. She deserves
Probably
it.
not. Nope.
No, but he did the right pathing going. You want to go to the right there to bait her to not be too close to the wall, so you can first you go to the right and then you go to the left. That way you can get through. Otherwise, she can block you and kill you with a fire whip or a firestorm or something.
Cutter with the traditional hit body and a 111.37. Not quite. 111.23. Mario was wrong, just for the
Yeah,
record.
Mario. Damn, Mario just completely wrong. Not even close. Miles, miles,
Broad with the really
miles of
comfy
difference.
Toki bomb setup, named after the runner
Mhm.
Toki, who found these bombs. They save like 1 minute and 10 seconds of fighting Bird of Chaos.
Mhm. It's a very comfy, very easy strat to do. They even do it in headless, so you know it's easy. I'm kidding, because I've done
Hey,
headless.
hitless community in shambles.
I'm I'm not talking crap about headless. I've been a headless runner. That's why I'm making fun of it. Anyway, um, it's a very comfy strat that you can do even in casual runs if you're having trouble with Bit of Chaos. Just need to look up in a video where to aim with your bow and throw 2 bombs and that's it. Last run wasn't very headless. Look, you don't get like headless. Headless is hard, man. Not getting hit is not easy. So also GG Kata the win.
Pretty convincing. Protestant is like I'm gonna delay 12 minutes because 12 is apparently a meme to go.
I didn't do Foggy Skip because I took damage from the previous jump, and then I took more anyway, so I had to heal otherwise. It's fine, Kata. We were just kidding. You did great. Um, maybe you need to practice some Sense Fortress, but otherwise you did great. We see here Brood. Both are players having no problems with skulls. Those air rolls there in the catacombs are kind of scary because you can bump into one of the skulls, which move completely randomly. So there's no way of predicting where they're gonna be and where you need to run when you need to roll.
And a big difference between rounds here as well, because Primo is actually gonna survive the Dark Meat and has to get bonked once, so he dies. There's the
Mhm.
bonk.
Yeah, that's a
Insane
lot
time
more.
loss.
That's a lot more pleasant, pleasing than
That's
just killing
true.
him.
That's true.
Bonking him with the stick is very satisfying.
Rumors say some runners actively unequip Dust Crown.
Oh, so you
Behavior.
you fell because you were reading chat. Okay, good. On brand. On brand. So yeah,
Bro,
Brood is
also not
also
doing
not
Foghat
doing
skip.
Fogget skip.
Yeah, kind of
That
disappointing.
Fogget
All
skip saves like half a second. It's so
it's
dumb.
3
I don't
seconds.
know.
It's 3.
Uh,
Don't talk it down. It's solid 3 seconds. You only lose like 3 minutes if you fail and die.
I think it's if you have to do all the catacombs again, it's like 3 seconds. Yeah, it's like 3 minutes of run back. Yeah, we can blame SAS for whatever we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. Yeah, Broad's Neophyte will also be slightly less comfy than Kerath because it doesn't have Soul Spears. So you didn't improve every round, SAS. Your first two runs were exactly as fast as the other. That's a lie. Both were 1:14:05.
That's someone. So yeah, here we see the other way of fighting Nito, which is with Dark Beat instead of Soul Spears. It's very comfy that we get this basically free RTSR setup with the Duskrun ring worth mentioning. Here we see Brute kills the 3 skeletons with the first Dark Beat and then goes ham on Nito.
Then you're pretty easy. You should not die to it. Some people still do. Ahem. Me.
Some people die to Nito for some reason. Probably because they're bad.
I could not name 2 people off the top of my head right now. Oh, bench skip, saving 45 minutes.
Brute 1.
So Broad is ahead now. According to the world record holder still, Tyler speedruns. And now we see a concerning old RSR setup, but Pro did it.
What is that setup?
Always. Yeah, that's, I don't know, that's just the old setup he always did, I guess.
Damn.
Just waiting for the elevator to be at a certain height before dropping down. That's not Alibaba's setup. Alibaba's way too young to claim that for him.
I mean, Alibaba's been running the game since he was like 9.
And that's
Wouldn't
true.
be surprised.
But his strat is older than Alibaba. As Sas already pointed out as well.
It's older than Alibaba.
It is. Let's see if we see an Ivon seal skip setup here. Oh yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
I might
nice.
actually get it. That's a very fancy setup. Oh, I forgot
Good
to
job.
cut his feet. Okay, so got it. Easy. First try, as anyone should, really. No reason not to get the skip every time.
Yeah, I don't know. People who die to seal skip, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, weird people, yet again. Probably the same people who died to Nito. And yeah, sadly, Bro doesn't have crowns, so it's gonna be 2 kings for him instead of just 1.
Yeah, you don't have the damage without the Dust Crown ring to kill only 1 king. Here you see.
But it's also
Brood
why
got
you dropped an item there.
forecasts.
The where you drop is pretty close to where the second king spawns. And well, we are waiting for the spawn. That's why 1 king is fast.
Yeah.
Because the kings don't spawn when another king's dead. They spawn on particular cycles. How did he only hit 1 beat there?
Yeah, I think it's like 40 seconds each.
Yeah.
Something like that, 40, 45 seconds. I'm completely making that number up, by the way. I don't remember how much time it is. It feels like 40 something seconds, something like that. Anyway,
Yeah, I think it is 40 seconds, pretty sure.
Only 3 bosses left for Brood. We're going to be seeing here what we call one of the 29 different versions of Lower Berg skip that we have.
At least.
At least. So far.
Oh.
And he misses, so he is by contract forced to pick up the rubbish here. He didn't, so he just forfeited.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, Red,
that
you
loses
can
him to 45 minutes of.
you feel free to
speed.
shut down the stream, Red. We're done here.
Yeah, it's quite disgusting, honestly.
None of this matters anymore.
Yeah, I hope he fails it again and picks it up then. Then again, Kata also didn't pick up rubbish once, so.
Yeah, but that's because Hakata isn't rubbish because he didn't fail the skip.
No, he failed a skip in his first run and didn't pick up rubbish.
Oh,
if
right.
I remember correctly.
All right. Okay, so the tournament is canceled, guys. Everyone go home.
Both of these runners already disqualified from tournament. Okay, got it now. You seem quit out there because it just puts you out of back to your last stable position with it outside, and the dogs are gonna block you anyways. So yeah, most of the time it's just faster to quit out. even RTA, because dogs and thieves and everything.
Sorry for that. My dog just got scared of something outside.
That's okay. Because bro should be scared about depth crash right now, but he doesn't get it, so that's okay. Yeah, I guess we have to say goodbye to the 3rd place of the last tournament in 2018. Mr. Brown from the Netherlands. Who also didn't run since 2018, so that's fair.
Yep.
But yeah. I think
It's still
that's
not
the
a
last
terrible.
boss, right? Yeah,
Yeah, this is it. This is it. And then when he still did not terrible. Like we still are below estimate, so that's fine for
Yeah,
someone who
130
hasn't run the
estimate.
game in like 3 years.
It's kind of a meme. I guess we
mean-
need something to fill that part of the screen up, so an estimate.
And it was useful for one of the races where we couldn't get the live split to work, and then Regal had to use that timer there to be the timer for the run.
Alright, and yeah, Queen fight is also going to be slightly different because no crown, so it's going to be 3 dark beat instead of 2. Oh, oh, it was used. Yeah, I'm sorry. We might see a riposte kill on Quinn actually, and get a pike riposte.
Maybe. Does he have the pike on the right hand? No, he doesn't. Shame. Maybe he has time to switch it. Pike running attack kill. That was who did that? That was insane. I don't remember who did that.
Something Mars would do.
Oh, it was Brood.
Oh, bro.
Okay,
Fair.
maybe. I don't think he's going to go for that again though. Like that would be repeating himself. But we might see Pike repost.
A true artist always finds something new.
Mhm.
So let's see what we got here.
Not pairing the Black Knights.
I
Feels
think he
bad, man.
bought 99 firebombs, so you might as well do firebomb Gwen.
Oh. that would be a thing to behold.
Quinn staggers after 4 firebombs, so it's really pretty easy. I'm gonna do the roll here. In case Black Knight is fast and gets him through the fog gate. And then it's pew once, pew twice. Now you will try the parry actually. Against the grab attack, that's a meme.
And he went for the repos, but and he goes for the quit out even though it's slower RTA. but he did the repos with the rapier, so it doesn't count because we wanted the pike.
Okay. And here we see 124.57, pretty late split, was a bit faster. By Broad, so he's done as well. Let's get the runners in for commentary. And we do have 2 runners here to talk
Hello,
about the runs.
guys.
Hello.
Well, good job on the runs.
Thank you.
Hello, guys.
No.
Wow.
No.
I mean, Brew did well, but
What do you mean I did well? I finished 13 minutes after you.
I mean, it's still sub-estimate.
Yeah, I guess. Good for me, I guess.
I mean, you are old and washed up, and Kata is young and full of energy, so...
Not wrong.
Yeah.
fair.
Brew's
Kata's,
actually younger than me, but
My speedrunning
Ross.
career is long gone. You're old, and I'm old in that regard.
Broad is old because I started running these one earlier. Oh,
That's
I forgot to mute your audio, so we get the triple echo right now.
Nice.
Okay, now we don't have a triple echo anymore.
Cool.
Sorry for that. I pepegared. Yeah.
I'm gonna blame this entire loss on the
Yes.
fact that racetime.gg opened itself when I was doing the quit outs on
Oh,
the
so that
spiral
was it.
staircase.
Oh.
So therefore, I did not get the 20-second time save of getting the spiral staircase down, which caused me to spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I think
lost
that's
those 2
fair.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were wondering
Uh,
what you were doing there. Like,
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
you just tab out to, slide into DMs of someone. Or something.
Important stuff.
And you also forfeited the match later by not picking up the rubbish, so it
That's
kind of
true.
evens up.
True. I mean, the entire run was rubbish, so there's plenty of rubbish to go around.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cat are pretty consistent, getting 111, like, left, right, and center. With
Yeah,
different
but that's
time levels every
bad.
time.
It's like consistently bad. What the hell?
So anything happened to your run, Kata? Or?
Yeah, I lost over like 2.5 minutes in Sense Fortress at the start.
Oh, I lost about 2.5 minutes by dying to the first hollows that you encounter, so that's also quite nice.
Not quite 2.5 runners. Minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was running, and then I looked away from the screen, and I can't even blame the chat because I looked outside of the window because it started to rain or something. And next thing I knew, I just was flying midair, so I couldn't even quit out on time, and I ended up on the bottom. So yeah, I had to re-enter, and then had some memes with the snake. Honestly, the entire run was pretty bad until Priscilla. I think after Priscilla, I kind of got back into it, and then played just the rest of the run clean. But until then, it was kind of not good.
Well, it was enough, apparently, to beat washed up runners.
That's why I'm in the lower bracket, right? Because I want some easy matches.
Okay, man. All
Smart
right.
thinking. Smart thinking.
Thought we were friends.
Anyway, thank you guys for participating. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
No, not really.
Nah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, man, what do you have to say about Kata being your next opponent if you win your run?
What?
If you win your next round, you're gonna face Kata next.
Oh yeah, but that's not going to happen. I mean, Ike is going to be mopping the floor with me next round.
Yeah,
Smart.
have fun with that.
Smart decision to just lose.
Avoid confrontation at all
Kata is what we will have to talk about here. Anyway, thank you guys for participating. Thank you, Red, for commentating with me and for restreaming. You're a champ.
Well. Thank you,
and thank
for
you.
commentary.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you all for tuning in, for being here, for chatting, for everything. Thanks for the community, etc., etc. You're all great. We will have.
That sounds very sincere. yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, well, whatever.
I just don't want. Look, okay.
I
just take you the piss. Go on.
I think the next race is going to be Ike and mine, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to be on an ungodly hour. Going to be USA nighttime, like America nighttime and morning Europe. It's going to be 6 a.m. Europe time.
We have 2 races before it actually on the 7th. Yeah. We have Southwell Static. And I guess Regal was Nexus also earlier. Oh, but we'll have to see. Maybe Southwell Static might get rescheduled. But Regal was next is set in stone at 3 a.m. European time.
Thought Regal. Oh right, I
nice.
thought Regal and Nax was on Friday.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, so we have 2 races on Thursday.
Yeah. Follow Speed Zones for more content.
Yeah, if you go, actually, we have a new events thing on the Discord where you can actually, it's very comfy and very good to see what events are coming up. The times are adapted to your time zone, so you don't have to do any converting shenanigans with the time zone. So yeah, if you're not in there, if you're not in the Speed Souls Discord, please join the Speed Souls Discord for your sake, and look at the schedule of the races. Do not miss any of them. And yeah, think we're done for today. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you on Thursday.
Yeah, if you're not on Discord, the this1 turning command has the Google Doc, where we put all the times in, so I can see that as well. And yeah, that's it from us. Until next time.
We're gonna be rating a member of the community, Aldarin. He's done commentary for us for some races already. So go ahead and people hi him on the raid, and see you. Goodbye.
Bye.